Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ace, and I'm coming to you guys with another episode of my life story and whatnot. I know there'd be gaps in between these things, but just bear with me. But let's see where we leave off. So pretty much last time we was talking, we left off at my whole introduction into the party scene. Clubbing and going to lounges and things, all that kind of crazy stuff. So I was telling you guys last time about like the first couple of dances I had. Now, let me get to real quick how this all ended. So I was working at this place. I'm not sure I told you guys. I was working at this place called Smoky Bones. It's kind of like a higher level Applebee's in a lot of ways. And I'm working there, and it was cool. I had a lot of friends there that like to go out all the time and whatnot. Now normally I don't really be messing with too many people in Florida like that. But they were cool, so I was just like, you know what, I'll go out with you guys. We could do this. Like, let's see what happens. So I go out with these guys, and it was cool at first. Everything was all right at first. They were like, I went out with them a few times. Everything was cool. Like, went to a couple of their houses and had fun. And then there was this one particular night they wanted to go to some place. Now, one of their friends was like a bartender at the place, so he worked there that night, and it was just kind of like, all right, well, we're all gonna go. Our friend's gonna be there. He's gonna be the bartender. He's like the head bartender or something like that. He's like, yeah, like, we'll be able to get drinks and whatnot. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, cool, like whatever. At that point, I was just really on some. I just wanted to have fun, and normally I would be going with Zis all the time, but he wasn't around that day, and it was just pretty much I was gonna go by myself with them. That was pretty much a bad idea. Long story short. So I go with them, right? Before I get there, I drive my car there, and I'm parked on like this little side road, right? It's like past a field, past like a block, and then another block, and then there's this club place or whatever you want to call it. And I pull up, and I already had like some kind of like alcohol in my car already. It was like some kind of like vodka of some sort. So I was like, you know what? I'm not paying for drinks, so let me just take a few shots here, and I'll just go in there and just chill. So that's what I was thinking because I wasn't trying to pay any money for like mad expensive ass drinks. It just wasn't in the mood for that. So I think I took like 4 shots, and I've never took that many like consecutively. Like up until that point, I was just like, all right, let me just take these four so it'll last the whole night. I got there pretty early, so I took those 4 shots. Bam, bam, bam. I get out the car, and mind you, like I figured, if worst case scenario, I'll just get somebody to drive me home, or I would just chill out because my job was literally like right down the street from this place, and I had a meeting in the morning. So all I had to do was just pretty much get to work, which was like literally like right down the street. So like literally I could walk from where this place was to my job. So that was cool. So I take those 4 shots. It might have been 5, 4 or 5. I think it was 4. And then I go ahead and I go inside. Now when I go inside, I run into this dude, and it's their friend, the bartender. I meet up with everybody. Everybody's like chilling and everything. It was really early, so we go upstairs. There's like 2 levels to this club. We go upstairs, and then he's like showing us all these like one of the bars upstairs, and he's like making all these drinks. So he makes this big ass like it's like the size of one of those cups you get from like Applebee's. He makes one of these cups like it's like a half and half, like it's like half juice and soda and half liquor. So he makes one of those. He called it like a Skittles something. I don't know what it was. And I drank that, and I was just like, oh, this is crazy. Not really realizing that the alcohol content in it, because you can't really taste it. So I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I'll drink that. I drank one of those. I went downstairs. I drank another one of those. I went down. I went into like the VIP section because that's where we were all at. And then by this time, the club started picking up. It was like maybe like almost like 11:30, 11:45. This place closed at 2. So around 12, I'm still not really tipsy at all. I'm just kind of like just chilling, and I'm drinking. And he made like 2 more. In VIP, they gave us 2 more of these big ass drinks. It was like one was like half orange juice and vodka, and something was like something else in vodka. But I didn't realize the amount of alcohol I was consuming. Right, so I'm just sitting there like drinking all these things, and then it kind of just hits me a little bit where I'm just kind of like, yo, like I want to go on the dance floor. Like I really want to. I want to go on the dance floor. I don't want to be up here. But mind you, I'm like a story and a half up. Like the VIP is like literally like a 10-foot drop to the floor, the dance floor. So you're sitting above everybody else. And I'm talking to one of my boys, and he's like, "Yo, there's a girl over there. I like blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Well, go over there then." I mean, it's like wolves in there. It's like girls will be out there, and y'all know how it is. Girls dress up, go to the club, and some girls will dress up to get attention, and some girls will also dress up to get attention. But the difference between the two is that some don't want it, which makes no sense because you would think that, y'all know how that is. So anyway, like, I'm looking at it like, all right, cool, like, go do you. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm not going down there, bro. I'm like doing this, I'm not doing that. I'm like, all right, well, don't do that. And I'm like, I'm going now. And for some reason, I got mad hype. I was just like, mad hype. I was like, yo, I'm about to get on the dance floor. It was something about me being intoxicated and him being like, mad amped to go see some girl that was on the dance floor. I was just like, yo, fuck it, let's go down there. But the VIP section to try to get out was mad people there. So I was like, fuck it. So I jump off the banister. Just literally hop off the banister. Mind y'all, I'm intoxicated at this point. So I just hop off. Just jump off like side like leap. Lateral leap. Like right over the side. Boom. I drop down like 10 feet, land on the dance floor, mad swag. Looking around like, yeah, I don't know if anybody see me because it's really hard for me to remember things. But I land on a dance floor and I just go on a dance floor and I'm in that vibe. And now me being like to the drunk, or not drunk, but whatever I was, to the extent I was, everything was a little bit different. It was like the dance floor was more of an experience, and just being on the dance floor was kind of like, it was ridiculous. I didn't feel like I was on Earth at that point. It was just kind of like, where the hell am I? Like, this is crazy. Like, this is like euphoria. Like, there's lights everywhere. There's DJs playing everything. There's girls and dudes. Everybody's just flying around. Like, it was really intense for me to be out there. So I remember very vaguely, as I got on the dance floor, the alcohol really kicked in. Like, everything just kind of hit me at that point, and I was fucking gone. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. What I think I was doing was grabbing on to any girl that I actually seen that was like attractive and just freaking wilding out, like dancing on and just spazzing out. Like, I don't know what I was doing. But for at least 30, 40 minutes, I must have been doing something, because I was doing that. And then I think like one of the security guards came over. Like, he did, actually, a security guard did come over and grab me. And then he's like, yeah, you got to go. And he's like bringing me outside. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't even get the words out to say, like, it took like a super amount of concentration for me to get the words out to say, hey, like, my friend is blah, 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 and I'm good. And it's like I couldn't get the words out because it was like too much of a slur. And he brought me outside. He was like, yeah, you got to go. And like fucking nudged me outside. And I'm just sitting there like, and mind you, when I get outside, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, this isn't good. I'm like, I'm way, let me see here. I don't know where my phone was at the time, if I even realized I had a phone on me. And I think I might have called one of them. One of the people I came with, there was like a few people I came with. Oh, I think maybe there's maybe like 4 people I went with. I tried to call one of them. Nobody answered their phone. I sent some text messages out, and then I started trying to walk back towards my car. My car was like 3 blocks away. So I walk all the way back over there. I'm trying to walk over there. The world's like this. World's like that. And I'm just walking, and it just feels like I can't stay up straight. So I'm just walking. I'm like, the more I walk, the more intoxicated I feel like I'm getting. Because, like I said, it's just really kicking in. And then I get all the way to this field. And I could barely walk anymore. Now, I freaking pass out. No, I don't pass out. I walk into the field for some weird reason. And I walk into the field and I just freaking sit down. And then I black out. And I fall backwards. And I'm like, psh, I'm just like laid out on the ground. I'm just like, ugh. Now, I remember that must have been around 1:30. Around 2:30, which was an hour later, some dude came and tried to help me up. He's like, yo, bro, you all right? You all right? I'm like, ugh. I remember sitting up. I remember him looking at me, but I don't remember seeing anything. Does that make any sense? Like, I know he was looking at me, but I didn't see anything. I was like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. But I couldn't, I was so freaking drunk. I had no sight. Like, my eyesight wasn't working. It was just black. But my eyes were open, but it was black. And I'm like, yo, I can't see nothing. So I passed back out, hit my head on the freaking ground. And then around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake back up again with like a determination, like, yo, I'm gonna get my ass up. So I get up, and I'm like, it took forever for me to stand up. I'm so done off at this point. I'm trying to stagger over to my car. Like, I get to my car. It took me like a freaking 10 minutes to get over there. I get to my car, and I sit in it, and I'm just like, all right, well, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to drive this thing, because, it's a manual and whatnot. I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to be able to drive it. What am I going to do? Oh. So I just sit there, and I'm looking at everything, and I'm like, oh, man, I got to throw up. So I end up freaking throwing up out the car, like, not in the car, but out the car, and I'm just sitting there dying in joint. And part of me is like, yeah, go ahead and drive. Like, go ahead and like, drive home so that you could be comfortable. I'm like, hell no, I ain't driving. It's like I'm almost arguing with myself. So pretty much, I wake up that next morning and I'm still twisted. I walk to work, and yeah, I had the crazy hangover and I couldn't even concentrate. It was pretty grimy. So that was pretty much what ended up making me stop, and I didn't go back to that. What I'm gonna pick up next time is a little bit more on that, and I need to go back and we need to introduce another person that I forgot to introduce a couple episodes ago. So next time you guys see me, which will probably be today, I'll probably do one right after this. I'll be talking about that. It's your boy. I'll holla at y'all.